One moment, Gary Lineker sent a shot past the goalkeeper with his foot, and he ran around celebrating a beautiful goal. Another moment, he dropped some shots on the pitch through his bum. Yeah, he pooped on the pitch. How embarrassing. Well, that's not the first awkward moment we've seen on the pitch. There have been moments that some footballers wish did not happen at all.
I got it through the puta!
Here are 16 embarrassing moments in football. It was an El Clasico match, and Toni Kroos came extra prepared to deal with the Messi magic. Right in the middle of the pitch, Lionel Messi was on the run trying to get past Kroos, but Gladiator Kroos had a plan. Just as Messi dribbled past him, Kroos attempted to pull him back but accidentally pulled his shorts instead, revealing Messi's bum. How embarrassing. But Messi just kept running like nothing happened. We all already got to see two things though, Messi's black pants and of course, his small bum. Karma is real anyways. Real Madrid players later got their fair share for humiliating the GOAT. In a Copa del Rey final, Barca and Madrid went into extra time with a score of 0-0, and eventually Cristiano Ronaldo came to the rescue in the 103rd minute. His goal was enough to hand the trophy to Madrid, but little did they know that not everyone was meant to handle a trophy. The happy fans came to welcome the champions, and as Sergio Ramos lifted the trophy on the team bus, celebrating, the cup slipped from his hands and fell, and the bus ran it over. Oh no! That didn't just happen. Madrid won the cup but couldn't get it to a safe landing. Ramos felt bad about that, but he's surely not the only player to fail his team. Liverpool has been on a 24-year trophy drought, and that was about to end in 2014, but Captain Gerard stood in their way. They were on a 16-game unbeaten run before they played against Chelsea, and all hopes were high until Gerard failed to receive a pass. He slipped and allowed the ball to get to Demba Ba, who took advantage of the fine opportunity to put the ball in the back of the net. Chelsea later scored one more and got away with the win. Oh, Gerard, what have you done? This next player is even worse. She totally embarrassed herself and her country. During the 2022 She Believes Cup, New Zealand midfielder Michaela Moore did the unthinkable and brought shame to herself. In just 40 minutes, she had already scored a hat-trick. Wait, how's that embarrassing? Well, those goals did not actually count for her team, but against them, they were own goals. Maybe the manager should have tried her as a striker, because the defending role was clearly not her thing. This player loves to score a lot of goals. She was substituted after the third goal to make sure she didn't bring any more humiliation to her country. Well, she's not alone. Neymar also embarrassed Brazil back in 2018. We all know how skillful Neymar is. I even heard a player once begged him on the pitch not to dribble past him. He is the scourge of many defenders. In one of the matches in the 2018 World Cup, Neymar was doing what he does best and was getting hard tackles from the opponents. He was the most fouled player on that pitch, and every free kick he won was justifiable, except one. He was up against a defender in the left wing and was brushed aside slightly. Neymar was on the ground making a scene out of this and crying like a baby whose lollipop was snatched from him. That was disgraceful. And guess what? He got booked for turning the football pitch into an acting scene. Okay, let's move on. In a match between Arsenal and Manchester City in 2015, the scoreline was still 0-0 and Manchester City got a corner. De Bruyne wanted to take a quick corner, but things went south. In his mind, he played the ball, but in reality, he hit the corner post instead. How embarrassing! But his version of this kind of embarrassment seems better. To know whose is worse? It's Thomas Muller's. Thomas Muller wanted to take a corner kick against Schalke 04 in a fast play, but things never went his way. He passed the ball out of play. I mean, 1 second Bayern Munich had a corner kick, and the next second, Schalke 04 had a goal kick. The manager must be so disappointed. The next event has the referee to be blamed. Bayer Leverkusen played against Bayern Munich, and Joshua Kimmich gave Munich the lead. Leverkusen's Adli was going to equalise when he was fouled in the penalty box, but the referee showed him a yellow card for diving. The VAR intervened and confirmed the foul, so the penalty was awarded. Well, it's not unusual for referees to make mistakes, but something else happened. Adli was fouled in the box again, and the referee called it a dive and booked him again. The VAR came to the rescue again and confirmed the foul. That was very humiliating for the referee. How did he get a refereeing job when he couldn't even judge what a foul was? Well, a referee gave the right judgment in another match, but this player still embarrassed himself. Manchester United played against Chelsea in September 2011, and Rooney had the chance to take the score to 4-1 in the 54th minute from the penalty spot, but he could not even send the ball towards the goal. Instead, he embarrassingly slipped and played the ball out of the pitch. One would think he stepped on a banana peel. Rooney buried his head in his hands, but he was not alone. Neymar is also in the group. Neymar had his chance to give Brazil a lead against Colombia in a friendly match in 2012 after a 1-1 draw, but he blew it disgracefully. Neymar sent the shot into the third heavens. Even if two goalposts were mounted on each other, there would still be no goal. It was a very bad day for him at the office, but not as bad as it was for Scott Fox. Ross County played against Rangers in 2017, and Fox got a back pass from a defender. He managed to trick an attacking player but was too slow to pass the ball. The opponent quickly came from the back to kick the ball into the net. What are you waiting for? Don't be slow like Fox. Click on the subscribe button now before we move to the top 5. Pepe embarrassed himself completely against San Lorenzo in a Champions League match. He could not even take a throw-in successfully. Have you ever seen a player throw a ball to himself and head it to the next player? That's exactly what Pepe did. An utter disgrace. Remember we got to see Messi's black underwear? Yeah, another moment like that happened between Tottenham and Aston Villa. Vertonghen was trying to stop Hellenius from scoring a goal. He tried to pull his shirt, but pulled his shorts instead and revealed his white underwear to the world. Holy moly, what's that? That's not a scene Hellenius would want you to see. How about we talk about the horrible moment Yakubu Aiyegbeni, Nigeria star, shamefully denied his country a lead in a World Cup match round of 16 in 2010. He was right in front of the goal and could not score a sitter. He just stood there chewing gum in shame after that terrible miss. At least Yakubu could play the ball. This other player could only kick the air. Mariano Diaz was subbed on for Benzema in the 74th minute in a match against Alves in 2019. He wanted to be the super sub who came on to steal the show, but even though Diaz had his chance, he couldn't take it. Diaz intended to pass the ball to a player in the box, but he kicked nothing instead. He was rolling in the air while the ball rolled on the ground. We did mention how Gary Lineker embarrassed himself on the pitch, yeah? It was not a proud moment for him at all. He had diarrhea the previous day and did not tell the coach for fear of being dropped. He started the match impressively by scoring the first goal, and when the second half started, he couldn't hold himself together anymore. Bro just wanted to poop. He could have requested to get subbed, but he continued the match. And at some point, nature's call had its way. Gary said, "I sort of fell to the ground and relaxed for a second. And it just went boom! What a shame. The manager had to take him off the pitch, and everyone on the bench had to watch the remaining part of the match, covering their noses. Those moments were embarrassing, but these are heartbreaking. Click this video to watch the top heartbreaking moments in football.